Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dolynny TV. I'm Tyson Dolynny, ready to take you through this American Thanksgiving holiday. If you're from down south, well, I hope you're enjoying your evening. You're probably well into the turkey or just getting into the turkey right now. And with that, I figure give you something to munch on brain food wise here as the Edmonton Oilers. Yeah. You know what? They started uttering those words in the locker room during the media availabilities today with some of the players, specifically talking about that American Thanksgiving holiday and what it means for a team's playoff chances when it goes towards the postseason in April. And the number I saw is 76%. Now, obviously, I'm not going to focus too much on the probability, the chances. I'm going to tell you the hard facts of how this Edmonton Oilers team makes the playoffs this season. There's a couple kind of divots to how it could go, but there's some pretty clear stateful math of how this needs to work. Guys, if you're new to Dolynny TV, definitely check out hitting that subscribe button in the comments section. Always interested in what you guys have to say. I always promote the subscription, but more importantly, I want to hear what you have to say. So get down there in the comments section below, because right now, I'm going to take that off, going to go add an image here, and we're going to talk about that said math. I'm so excited to get to, because I've been preaching it, right? I've been preaching it for pretty much the majority of the season at this point, and now I want to kind of debut my thought pattern on how the Edmonton Oilers are going to make the playoffs this year and why it's not a crazy idea by any stretch of the imagination. So let's get to it right there. Oop, no, what the heck did I do wrong? That's the wrong one. That's the right one. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Let me enlarge that for you guys who need a little bit bigger like I do when I'm reading off my computer screen. Let's get to this. The Oilers record now after 27 games. Guys, we're sitting pretty. There is no joke about it. Despite, yeah, we've lost ugly to Colorado, to LA, to St. Louis, to several teams this year. Sure, whatever. We're sitting 16, 8, and 3 for 35 points after 27 games. Now, what that projects out to over an 82 game season is a season we could only realistically, with this Edmonton Oilers team, dream about a 106 point season for 48 wins, 24 losses, and a total of 10 overtime or shootout loser points. So, 106 points. Ladies and gentlemen, are you going to sit here and try to argue with me that 106 points by any stretch of the imagination is a bad place for this Edmonton Oilers team to finish? Please don't. Please don't, because you know what, honestly, that'd just be brutal, because what we need to really focus on is the fact that, yeah, you know what, 106 is the comfort zone. 106 is A++, cushy, we're good, we're gold, we're great. The problem is, we need to know the math to actually make the real playoffs, which is not talking about winning divisions, just making it in and getting that chance to fight for the cup. And that's, at the end of the day, like I said, if you're going to argue that being on pace for 106 points is a bad thing, go ahead. Please don't waste your time. But the problem is, to argue that this Edmonton Oilers team has a tough road ahead to get 106 points, or the borderline number of 94 that I have outlined since the start of the season, there you may have an argument, and there I will engage you in discussion, no doubt about it. Because for this Oilers team, they've played 27 games and needed another 59 points to make the playoffs at that 94 point marker. Now, it could be 92, it could be 96, it could be 88, it could be 100. We just don't know. It's too early to tell at this point of the NHL season, and I know things normally simmer down by the trade deadline. You have an idea of who the top two in the division are, and ladies and gentlemen, dang, do I hope the Edmonton Oilers are still in that conversation at that point of the season. However, the hard-hitting math we need to get to is the simple fact that to obtain the points with 55 games remaining, the Edmonton Oilers must go a minimum of 29, 25, and 1. So what are we asking this Oilers team to do, right? What are we realistically asking this Oilers team to do? And it's really not that much. 16 plus 29, right? 16 plus 29. We're asking for 45 wins. Now, 25 plus 8, we're asking for 33 losses. Right? Now, 1 plus 3. Why am I looking at a calculator? I was A's in math pure all the way through, so I don't know why I'm looking at a calculator for 3 plus 1. Mr. Kiambao would be very, very embarrassed in me for doing that. So let's just be honest here. Let's go dial back the calculator and go back to that. So you're talking 45, 33, and 1. Now we're talking losing almost as many games as we've already played this season the rest of the way home. So that's the fun stat for you guys. If you're concerned about losing a game here, a game there, no 3-game losing streaks, well, hate to tell you, we got a lot more room to lose. We do. We realistically have a lot more room to lose this season at this point than we have in a lot of years previous. And that's the incredibly crazy part about this season, is the fact that nobody took us seriously. Nobody sat there and said, oh, the Oilers actually can do something this year. And now here we are. We've actually done it. And going into December, like, okay, you know what, we might lose against Vancouver on Saturday. So going into December, we can lose 24 or 25 more games the rest of the year. Guys, that's a lot of games to lose between December and April 4th. Okay, that's crazy. So that's why I sit here and say, the math to make 94 points, not really a problem, I don't think. The math to make 106, she's going to be tough. But to say that sitting at 106 points at the end of the season is a dream, not really. Not really at all. That's what I'm saying. If you're arguing that it's a bad idea to sit here and talk about the 106 number, or it's a bad thing the Oilers are on pace for 106 points, please don't waste your time, because I'm not having any of it. This is by all means to sit here and reflect the fact that we have November 27th, or November 28th. I don't know where I'm getting November 27th. November 28th, American Thanksgiving, and we are sitting here realizing, man, the Oilers are on pace for the playoffs. We're leading the division, and here's the math. Guys, I don't think you can argue with it. This is, I've done the numbers. This foolproof math right here, this is what needs to happen to finish it off. Well, you know what? It's not asking a miracle. Guys, we're 8 games more won. That's terrible English. My high school teachers would be very embarrassed. In fact, my broadcasting teachers at NAIT would be very embarrassed with this video. Brutal. Brutal. However, 29, 25, and 1. We're asking to win 4 more games than we lose. Okay? That's all we're asking for. Now, realistically, here's what I'm going to say. Josh Archibald summed it up best in his interview today. We just have to stay level-headed and keep it in mind. That's all. This is not me saying, playoffs are for sure, bang the drums, here we go. Because here's the thing, I don't have playoffs guaranteed at. I don't have that anywhere here. This is not what I'm saying. The playoffs are not straight up, down guaranteed here. What I'm saying is points needed and to obtain points. There's your math. The projection, the points to obtain. Simple, cut and dry. So that is realistically the argument right there. You know what? We're sitting pretty. That's my argument. I'm not arguing here that we're on pace for the playoffs. I'm sitting here saying we're sitting pretty going into the rest of the year at this milestone that everybody is all excited about today, because I guess there's not enough hockey on that we need to have some kind of hockey discussion. Not that there's not enough hockey discussion going on in the court of public opinion right now that we can't sit here and discuss anything else other than, oh, the American Thanksgiving, oh, well, data says 76% of teams make the playoffs. I get it. But you can run that data any other day of the year and throw that number out there, and it's equally as important. That's my disconnect. You see, it's just national holiday, more important discussion, less games, connect the dots. That's all I got to say there, guys. So let's sum it up. Oilers record after 27 games, 16, 8, and 3 for 35 points. Projection over 82 game season is 48, 24, and 10 for 106 points. We need 59 points to hit 94 points at the end of the season. That means we'd have to go 29, 25, and 1 at the end of the year. And, well, factor that, that's 45, 33, and 4. Guys, I'm Tyson, this is Dolynny TV. I will catch you, as always, in the next one.